HeroQuest. Deep inside another dimension, face battling barbarians and evil magic on a quest for adventure in a maze of monsters. This is HeroQuest, the fantasy adventure game where winning means mastering the arts of combat and magic. Once you get into it, you'll never be the same. HeroQuest, the legend grows.
What does Hasbro need to do to ensure the Avalon Hill HeroQuest has a future? Here is my top 10 list. Number 1. They must correct the errors in all the quest books in the rulebook. Number 2. They must put those corrected books online, as they already have with the rulebook and quest book for the game system. This includes the mythic-only quests so people don't have to track down Tia Sabadia's Twitter to find Spirit Queen's Torment errata. Number 3. They have to do quality control, as most of the dice for Mythic backers have faceless lions. Many minis were improperly glued, had missing parts like heads or arms. Number 4. They cannot do limited edition retail products. The Hero Collection Guardian Knights, or whatever it is called, will only kill the franchise. Number 5. Avalon Hill must release the Mythic unlocks to retail. They were not classified as pulse only like Sir Ragnar, Mentor, and Witch Lord minis, so there is no reason they should not be available for everyone. They already include the Bard, Warlock, and Druid heroes in the companion app, but nobody can play those with the physical board unless they own them. So currently those heroes are useless to retail buyers of the game as they don't own them to move around a physical board, while Digital Zargon lays everything out for you. Number 6. There needs to be a second app, or rather a program, as it must be on multiple platforms, Windows, Mac, not just Android and iOS, that allows people to create and save their own quests and notes. It would be nice if there was a version to create custom quests with all past and future icons to come included when they do come, even on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. This second app must somehow connect to the first one so that people can use the companion app to play their custom quests. Number 7. Speaking of retail releases, while Frozen Horror and the other original quests are surely welcome and wanted, they need to focus more on supplements and not Hero Collection. Currently it was recognized that people want more dice so each player has their own set to roll. Yes, HeroQuest is a board game, but times have changed and many gamers want their own set of dice, so they will have to find a reasonable price to sell just sets of combat dice at retail. People will not wish to buy an extra copy of the game just for the dice, but the miniatures and tiles. Modern RPG players would love to have a new set of minis to play with, and people easily make and sell dungeon furniture and sets, so people outside of HeroQuest players would buy these things if Avalon Hill placed them in themed packs. $15 for 8 orcs, $10 for 6 goblins. RPG players would buy these just to have for their hordes. Standardizing the board to 1-inch grid, like most other games use, means the tiles are also useful. Wizards of the Coast discontinued a beloved product, dungeon tiles, so there is plenty of people outside of HeroQuest that would buy those, as well as people that would wish to have spare double block tiles so they can play Forsaken Tunnels of Zorzel properly with the tiles that included. Number 8. The designers must be aware of the components of the game system, so there is not another mistake like Forsaken Tunnels of Zorzel, where there is not enough components in the game to actually run the quest, free or otherwise. This plays into number 7, where if extra parts were sold at retail, then there would be less worry. But the quest should then have a disclaimer requires more tiles than comes in the game system, as Prophecy of Tellier included the disclaimer that it required components from Keller's Keep, in which they knew people would have, since Prophecy of Tellier was included with Keller's Keep. Number 9. Hasbro, Avalon Hill, Zargon and any other entity must have better communication, not just to the consumer, which is the highest need, but to the retailer, so over-ordering of a slow rollout product like the Guardian Knights don't occur again, where even Entertainment Earth and Big Bad Toy Store were waylaid by the release and not given proper numbers. Which harkens back to number 4, because there should not be any limited components or expansions for the game, then there would not be any of this sort of confusion. Number 10. Avalon Hill and Hasbro must hire an editor that knows the game and each component. The fact that all the quests in Mythic, Heroic, and retail release have errors in the quest maps, the text, and the rule book, and the free online quest use the wrong tiles that few people would have owned, means again there is little quality control. The price of the game means you cannot have that poor quality of release. Well, that's my top 10 hopes for the future of HeroQuest, that I would say would ensure it to have a future as a brand in a game that will last longer this time than it originally did. What do you think? What is something you think Avalon Hill and Hasbro should do this time around to ensure the game lasts for decades to come?